Welcome, players of BeamNG and Grand Marshal enthusiasts alike. My name is UsernameHere. I am joined by my friend Devion, and we will be your co-commentators today for this sixth installment of the BeamNG.drive Grand Marshal tournament. Grand Marshal Grand Tournament, yes.
We are back from the invitational round, which we decided a new card to be added towards this episode, which will be later revealed.
Indeed, yes. Changing it up, we have conducted an invitational round, and the winner of that will now be introduced to replace LCPD Beta. We will see how well he will be able to perform against some of his hefty competition.
So now let's get started onto the introduction of each vehicle.
Yes, and speaking of his competition, we have in the first position the Mississippi State Trooper car. Very interesting car. Sometimes does well, sometimes flies or drives jokes under the radar. But currently has 3 points, catching up to our leader, the Police Interceptor, in the second position with 4 points. So these two front runners, also a joke, are going to be battling it out for first place and the right to call themselves the best Grand Marshal in the game at the moment. However, just behind them in the rest of the positions, in the third position now is Fairhaven City, one of the fan favorite underdog police cars who has finally managed to garner himself a point in one of those previous episodes. Look at that delicious American flag and that delicious FCPD logo right there. But yes, representing Fairhaven City from Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. He is doing his best to catch up to the front runners, but he will probably need to put a lot more effort and time into it. I mean, he's already put plenty of effort, but he will probably need to put more in order to secure himself more points in this tournament. Meanwhile, over in the fourth position, ladies and gentlemen, we have the French National Police car representing the nation of France itself with, I believe, 1 point, a respectable competitor, but hasn't really made a name for himself among some of the higher profile names in this tournament. He does also have 2 points. So, pardon that. I think I said he had 1 point, and he actually has 2 points, so my bad there. But yes, he is trying to make a name for himself against some of the higher profile names, such as behind him, the New York City Transit police car, a currently retired police vehicle, but also the former champion of the East Coast tournament. And honestly, my personal fan has 2 points. There are a lot of high-profile cars here. He hasn't really managed to make that same fire come out, but there is still time. There are still many rounds to be done. And hopefully he will be able to prove himself here in this tournament and at long last make a name for himself in that top 3. And ladies and gentlemen, exploding into the 6th place position is True Crime Dark Blue, hailing from the 2005 crime classic True Crime Streets of New York, the dark blue variant. White variant could not be reached for comment. In any event, he is the winner of the invitational round previous, and he will be having himself a fiery entrance into this tournament and seeing if he can make a name for himself against some of the much more fearsome competitors in this tournament. With True Crime Dark Blue introduced, now in the 7th position, we have Detroit Police, who I believe, let me just check my notes here, has 1 point, I think. Right, yes, has 1 point, hasn't really been performing the best, but 1 point under their belt is indeed respectable, and they're going to need all the respect we can get, considering the fact that they're actually just a wallpaper pretending to be a police car. So, you know, but yes, Detroit Police, 7th position. Fun fact about this design, actually, I believe this wallpaper design was on several different modern Chevrolet Caprices and maybe Dodge Chargers as well, and also maybe the Ford Taurus. And I believe all those cars were gifted to the city of Detroit by some third party, and that's why they have those liveries. I mean, even more modern, more recent Detroit police cars have returned to a more conventional style with, I believe, a stripe. But yes, this little oddity, we'll see if he'll be able to make a name for himself and prove that the wallpaper is actually more powerful than a conventional livery. But in any event, over in our final position, representing Team BeamNG.drive itself, we have Belasco City itself. Hasn't managed to get himself a point, but has managed to gain quite a bit of a cult following, you could say, considering the fact that he is quite the underdog in this game. And with the lineup done, ladies and gentlemen, turn on your sirens, activate your lights, fasten your seatbelts, and start your engines, because round number 16 is about to begin.
So off we go. Round number 16 is beginning as all the cars now drive off from their starting positions.
Yes, here we go. Fairhaven City moving just ahead, followed by French National Police, Transit Police in, I believe, the 5th position. Yeah. True Crime Dark Blue, our newcomer, followed by Detroit, one of our other newcomers, and Belasco City rounding out the end. Gavril Barstow moving over the... I don't even remember what I call that turn. I believe it's the ditch turn. Yes, that one. Moving over to the cinematic corner now. Moving around the cinematic corner, the runner rounds it, followed closely by, I would assume, Mississippi State Trooper. Yep, no position changes this early in the game. But there have been times where the runner gets stopped at the cinematic corner. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Oh, yep, some position changes here now. I believe Transit Police. Yep, Transit Police making himself into the 4th position. Belasco City trying to overtake Detroit. Successfully overtakes Detroit. Detroit now, I believe, in the last position. Belasco City now in front of Detroit, getting himself a position. True Crime Dark Blue, I believe, is at Fairhaven. Kind of went back. Frick. I believe... Okay, so Mississippi front... Fairhaven... Oh, yeah. Fairhaven appears to be in... Yes, Fairhaven still in 3rd place, but Transit Police is catching up now in 4th. Just behind him, I believe, is French National Police. The runner is now rounding this particular turn into the forested area. Follow closely. What the frick? What just happened to Transit Police over on the left over there? You see that one?
Oh, Fairhaven's in the grass
a
now.
Complete different direction. What? Fairhaven City causing a bit of a pileup back here as well. Transit Police nowhere to be seen. They just kind of went up the cliffs, and that's a bit weird. Yeah, Transit Police just over there for some reason. They tried to go up the mountain for the first time.
Oh, his wheel's missing. No
Detroit's
wonder.
Also missing a tire, so it looks like maybe some funny business going on in this game. Bit weird. Meanwhile, over the shipping container.
At least seems like Belasco's in the water.
Belasco is also having himself a nice dip. He's feeling a little hot today, and it is quite a hot summer day here today, Devgon. I know I, for one, have brought myself some iced coffee. That's a joke. I don't actually drink coffee. Mississippi State Trooper rounding out the large turn going into the city, doing his best to keep up with the runner. It looks like he's actually going to make it, possibly. Police interceptor nowhere to be found just behind him. Oh, he's following around the corner as well. Mississippi State Trooper maybe getting himself on the 1st place board here. Will the pit come out? He does not get the pit. He is just rounding the corner. Does round it solidly, though. Does not crash. Police interceptor, meanwhile, just behind him.
It seems like Mississippi is trying to buy his time. Like, he let the runner get through 1 lap, but he's probably going to make a move on the 2nd lap around here.
I fully agree. Mississippi State Trooper waiting for his competition to thin out, and he is biding his time, keeping himself on the runner, but not making his move until he is ready to strike.
You know, I wonder what happens to the rest of the field.
Actually is right behind him, so never mind, I lied. It is a battle for first, ladies and gentlemen. Police Interceptor wants to keep that first. Well, Mississippi wants to put himself on the board and contest that number. Meanwhile, French National Police is upside down somewhere next to Dark Blue PDNY.
It looks like he got taken out by PDNY.
Possibly, yes. It looks like a little bit of funny business. I guess PDNY, Transit Police, still just in the mountain somewhere. I gotta tell you, this entire round feels like a huge bit of a you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a mess? Yeah, it's a mess. Yep.
It's fine. We could save him.
Nice drink, yep. It's at this point, ladies and gentlemen, considering all this ridiculousness, that it would probably be a good time to respawn some cars. Possibly. Yep, there's Transit Police is back. Detroit can come back. Belasco can come back. Runner's still having himself a great time. Mississippi's still on the way. Police Interceptor following just behind him. Fairhaven, despite being a bit damaged, is staying in the game as usual. Fairhaven is a very respectable competitor. True Crime Dark Blue has had himself a bit of a problem. Detroit and Belasco City are back in the game. Fairhaven appears to be hitting the shipping container in the background. Meanwhile, the runner still followed closely by Mississippi State Trooper at the moment. Seems to be a bit of a stalemate over at the 1st place position, but meanwhile, all of the other cars are just regaining their bearings after that. Very weird mess. Fairhaven City screaming down the incline, hits the hills just a little bit, but manages to save it. Fairhaven City just has that fighting spirit, and that is why he has such a fan base. Ladies and gentlemen, Detroit and Belasco City rounding out the cinematic corner, trying to make it back to the straight where the runner is still trying desperately to outrun the 1st place contenders here. Reaching the long turn here. He's almost on his way to the long turn. Yes, he has just entered the wrong car. Mississippi screams over the hill, followed by Police Interceptor as well. Battling it out for that 1st place position. This is shaping up to be a very interesting round here.
I feel like Mississippi doesn't really know what to do. He's like trying to buy his time to come up with a plan, but it seems like he hasn't done anything so far. Oh wait, runner spins out.
The runner has himself a bit of a spin out. This could be Mississippi's chance. Smashes the runner. into a T-bomb. Police interceptor smacks the runner as well. Runner is still going though. Mississippi tried, but it wasn't enough. The police interceptor takes the first place position closest to the runner, and the runner meanwhile spins out again. Actually, runner spins out onto the hill. This could be police
a second
interceptor.
hit, head on.
Interceptor smashes right into his front. But the runner is still going. Mississippi drives by. It appears. Don't know if the runner is still going or not.
No, the runner's not going anymore. We got him.
The runner doesn't appear to be going. So, ladies and gentlemen, the fight has been concluded. Feeling threatened, police interceptor snags the point. Police interceptor snags the point and has earned himself the 5th point, solidifying his lead here in the Grand Marshal tournament.
So now let's check onto other cars.
Other cars, True Crime, Dark Blue, as well as Detroit are on. Oh wait, that's Transit Police number. True Crime, Dark Blue, and Transit Police are on their way. Kind of actually driving together. I kind of like that. It looks good. You know?
Yeah.
You know how usually the cars just kind of drive single file and don't really go around somewhere? It was nice for a brief moment to see 2 cars driving next to each other. But yes, True Crime, Dark Blue, and Transit Police on their way to the runner. Who the frick? Fairhaven City. Oh, Fairhaven City got a bit busted by the beach turn. Very unfortunate for him. Does, however, have that fighting spirit. French is just underwater somewhere. Oh, also, wait, Belasco's underwater somewhere. This is under the container. What happened to the container? Did it break? Did they drive off? The container's not covering it there. I guess you can drive off there, yeah.
I doubt they would have like caught the runner anyways, because they were really far behind due to respawn.
Yeah, well. Unfortunate for them. Are we missing anyone? I don't believe it to be the case. Dark Blue is somewhere. Detroit Police is just up here. Having himself a fancy time over at this U-turn.
And yeah, seems to be the point goes to police interceptors, further solidifying his lead in this tournament. And now we will reset all the cars and go on to the next round. Okay.
And here we are at the lineup just before round 17, ladies and gentlemen. In the first position, Mississippi State Trooper with 3 points, trying to gain himself some kind of a lead against Police Interceptor. In the second position, our current kind of front runner champion at the moment with 5. Mississippi just casually disappearing. Okay. Police Interceptor with 5 points at the moment, solidifying his lead massively. I don't know who's going to be able to catch up to him at this tournament. He's really starting to get out in front there. Yeah, hopefully someone will be able to contest him and give him some trouble. Meanwhile, in the third position, we have Fairhaven City hailing from Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. Once again, showing that fighting spirit. Doesn't always equate to points, as we know, but he does have 1 under his belt, and I do have faith that he will be able to get another one. I also have faith that he'll be able to fix that issue with his P in the word police, in that inside it there is black instead of dark blue. That's actually inaccurate. 0 out of 10, literally undrivable car. But yes, in that event, we'll overlook it because it's not as bad as Vice City. We'll overlook it. Meanwhile, over in the 4th position, just behind him, is the French National Police car, who, by the way, is way more inaccurate than like Most Wanted. I don't even know what to talk about. But I mean, in all fairness to him, he's a Grand Marshal, and this is a design that's supposed to be on like a Peugeot hatchback. So, but in any event, yes, we have the French National Police car trying to do what he can in this tournament. Has a couple of points to call his own, but hasn't really been able to get much beyond just those 2. Just behind him, the former champion of one of that East Coast tournament that I mention all the frickin' time, in which he literally won. I just want to make this clear again. I hype this up all the time, but the truth is, Transit Police won 1 out of every 3 rounds. There were 15 rounds in that, and he won 5 of them. So 1 out of every 3. So that's really good odds. This is why I hype him up. Transit Police, former champion from that East Coast tournament that is not on YouTube, trying to do everything he can in this main tournament, but it has proven that some of his composition is extremely fierce. It's not quite like the local East Coast championship, and he will have to step up his game and use every trick in his book in order to win this tournament. Over in the next position, we have True Crime Dark Blue, PDNY Dark Blue, inspired by the real world NYPD. Design with the letters flip. I actually like this design, though. It's actually like, this is the kind of design that someone spent like more than 5 minutes on. Looking at you, GTA 4. This is the kind of design where you take something in real life, you change it up a little bit, you give it your own personal spin, you flip New York, you flip NY and PD, and then that's all you need. And you have yourself a nice little between reality design. Also, the fact that there's a white version and a dark blue version is something that's I personally enjoy, but I'm not here to talk about the livery. I'm here to talk about the competitor winning the invitational round against such competitors as Japan, Britain, even True Crime White, and he has managed to get himself into this tournament. However, he has not managed to make a name for himself just at the moment against some of the fiercer competitors in the big leagues, but I do have faith in him to make something happen here in this tournament, especially because he has the letters 911 on his car like 5 times. So yeah, that ought to help for something. In the next position, we have a wallpaper on wheels, Detroit Police. Pretty detailed wallpaper, we'll give him that, but don't know how much that will equate to police chasing skills. In any event, representing the city of Detroit, he has, I think, 1 point. Let me just check my note, right? Yes, correct, 1 point. He has one, yep, just Belasco casually disappearing. He has 1 point. He has 1 point in this tournament, and he is trying to do his best here, but it's just not really being enough. He's not even able to manage really that. He's not even able to manage to get some of that underdog Fairhaven spirit, but there is still time. There are still 2 rounds left in this episode. Maybe he will be able to make something happen here. And in the final position, still with no points, representing BeamNG.drive itself, we have Belasco City, inspired by the real world Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police liveries. Was once in the same leagues as Fairhaven City, but now that Fairhaven City has a point, he's kind of left a little bit in the dust, I gotta say. There's not a lot that's been going for him. He does fight as much as he can, but it's just not really going to be that much. It's just not really going to be all that enough, I would say, yes. But in any event, those are all the cars. Ladies and gentlemen, round 17 here is about to begin. Start your engines, activate your sirens, turn on your lights, and fasten your seatbelts because the runner is off, and round 17 is about to begin. In the front position, activating flight, miss True Crime, Dark Blue just casually spitting out in the back. All right, good, yep. Don't know what's going on over there. Fairhaven over in third. True Crime, Dark Blue just getting rid of some positions. Okay, apparently acting a little cocky here. Transit Police moving in front. Detroit and Belasco now in the 6th and 7th positions, respectively. True Crime, Dark Blue just decides to go to the last place position for no reason in particular. Meanwhile, the runner is reaching the cinematic corner here at the moment. Yes, look at that glorious cinematography. That's
maybe True Crime Blue is trying to like wait out the chaos up ahead and wait for everybody to wreck each other and then steal the win at the end.
That does make perfect sense. For all we know, he could be setting up at the beach turn as we speak to hit the runner head on before someone can spin him out and send him over the rocks. By the way, second container's been added so no one drives off the cliff. Meanwhile, Mississippi, still holding up the front position, has the very fearsome competitor Police Interceptor just behind him, I would assume. Fairhaven over in the third position in the lineup, I believe. Yeah.
Getting overtaken.
Please. Belasco just behind him. So there's True Crime Dark Blue. What happened to Transit Police as well? Transit Police should French National and they're on the incline. French National and Transit Police are in the 3rd and 4th positions respectively. Dark Blue doing what he can. Detroit gets overtaken by Fairhaven City, I believe. Belasco and Detroit actually kind of working together almost.
Or not.
Each other. The complete opposite, ladies and gentlemen. Belasco steals himself a position. True Crime Dark Blue trying to contest Detroit for this position as well. Meanwhile, the Transit French National Police spins out Fairhaven in the cliff somewhere. French National Police, meanwhile, is stuck in a rock somewhere. Fairhaven goes up this particular cliff. There's French, I believe. Yep. Belasco City moving through the chaos. Fairhaven is upside down. Detroit moving up the corner. Freaking French hits True Crime Dark Blue. Meanwhile, over at the front of the pack, I believe that Mississippi will be up in the front. Yep, battling with Police Interceptor. The Barstow screams down the jump straight. Fairhaven City still a bit upside down at the moment. Yep. Fairhaven City is now back up to speed. French National is doing what he can. Transit Police over on the jump straight as well. Detroit trying to catch up, but Belasco is right in front of him. Meanwhile, shipping container. Barstow going through the town as well. Followed closely by Mississippi State Trooper. Will this round end at the beach turn like it sometimes normally does? Mississippi looks like he's gaining a bit of speed, but the runner is a bit far away. Mississippi could spin out here. I don't know. Mississippi rounds the turn just fine. Police Interceptor just behind him does the same. Fairhaven just kind of parked on the side of the road. Yep, French National trying to catch up, do what he can. Transit Police screaming down the turn. Hope he doesn't crash at the beach turn. It looks like he may possibly. Ooh, it's a bit iffy. He's okay though. He's True Crime Dark Blue in a forest somewhere admiring the scenery. All right, well done. Detroit moving through the town, but Belasco is right in front of the shipping container. Barstow is now at the ditch turn once again. Yep. Followed closely by Mississippi. Police Interceptor, and I believe Transit Police is in 3rd place, trying to do what he can to reclaim that position and his title. Messed up the beach turn a little bit, but that's okay. He didn't smash into the rock and break anything. He's just at the beach. Here comes French Nat. Oh, wait, never mind.
Reset.
Gosh dang it. Frickin' transit, please, come on. Anyway.
Does he deserve a reset or no?
Yeah, sure, give him a reset, why not? There you go, transit, please, been reset. Detroit now over in front. Belasco's just upside down somewhere. Probably a result of the beach turn. He's been reset as well. Mississippi screening past the shipping standards. Barstow is now rounding out. Barstow is now rounding out to the incline. To the incline once again. Just had to take a breath there. At the moment, police interceptor rounding the shipping containers as well. Still in second. This is a fight for first, ladies and gentlemen. French National Police just sideways. Oh, on the beach turn. Yeah, that beach turn has been having himself a bit of a problem. Looks like Devion is having a bit of a problem. Did the game actually freeze here? Oh, frick, the game. Oh, frick. Oh, dear.
Oh, what a round! I think that that round's gonna be reset.
BeamNG.drive has ended unexpected.
We'll be right back in a couple moments.
And welcome back to the actual round 17, ladies and gentlemen. Devion's BeamNG crashed, but we are jumping right back into it. Fairhaven in third, French in fourth, yeah, Transit in fifth, Detroit in seventh, and Belasco in eighth. And there goes as well True Crime Dark Blue, our underdog here, our underdog and our newcomer here, bringing that kind of. Could you like center the camera on Dark Blue True Crime? That'd be great. Thank you very much. Bringing some of that fighting spirit from True Crime Streets of New York, but also clearly bringing some of that glitchiness and bugginess from the game he hails from into our tournament, and that's probably the reason why it crashed. In any event, yeah, seeing if he can redeem himself for that particular technical difficulty. Overtakes Transit. Oh, maybe going off the cliff, possibly swings around a bit wide there, but no, gets around. Transit Please having himself a pretty bad time. I think Transit Please didn't last right now, actually. Frick. Audio problems have been resolved with my mic as well. Barstow now screaming down the incline, followed closely by our main front runners, I would say, probably. Right. Can't really see it, but it's safe to assume that Mississippi, unless stated otherwise, just assume Mississippi and Police Interceptor are just like, you know, in the 1 and 2 positions. Fairhaven screaming through. French National Police in the 4th position. True Crime Dark Blue in the 5th. Transit Police trying to make up for some of the lost ground that happened there. Detroit as well in 7th. Blasco. Oh, wait, no. Blasco's in 7th. Detroit is in 6th right now, I believe. Oh,
we got a wreck
going on over there with a lot of the cars crashing. Belasco having a problem. Detroit having a problem. Transit goes right through. Dark Blue PD and White Transit trying to maneuver through this. Transit does manage to move. Transit Police does manage to maneuver through this and get around that particular cliff turn. But yeah, these are 4 cars, I believe, that have been wrecked. Well, not wrecked. True. 4 cars that are stuck. Belasco, Detroit, Dark Blue, PDNY, as well as maybe someone else. Yeah, French National Police. Yeah, this turn proving to be a bit of a surprise problem for our competitors. Meanwhile, over at the front of the pack, how is the Barstow doing? Yeah, Mississippi Police Interceptor and Fairhaven in 1, 2, and 3 in the 1, 2, and 3 positions, respectively, as usual. Barstow screaming down the jump straight, reaching the long turn at the moment, followed closely by Mississippi. Mississippi Police Interceptor screams into it. Fairhaven as well, doing everything they can. Seems like it's a battle for first here, ladies and gentlemen, between the champion, the underdog, and the mid-runner. I would say, it looks like, was that Belasco? Yep, well, someone. A lot of people screaming down the jump straight. Belasco in 4th, actually, trying to do what he can. Oh, Police and Mississippi are a bit close together, but they are nowhere near the runners. Yeah, this race is, this police chase is still going on, ladies and gentlemen, reaching these spawn points as well. Belasco City, though, I can't believe it. This could be one of his times to shine. He is now in 4th as a result of all of that chaos, but he still has a lot of ground to make up. 4th is not 1st.
You know, I feel like Fairhaven City might actually get a point this round because he's doing like much better than usually and keeping up with the first 2 in the pack.
I fully agree. Fairhaven holding himself that 3rd position is a bit of an uncommon occurrence here. But yes, that is once again Fairhaven's underdog fighting spirit showing. Ladies and gentlemen, French National Police is in the tree somewhere. Transit Police, where's that?
Oh, he flew over
the beach turn. God, that sucks.
Reset?
Well, yeah, sure. Respawn him, why not? There you go. Transit Police back. Dark Blue PDNY. Where's this? What in the world? Oh, beach turn got him too, apparently. Yeah, you can respawn him. Close enough, that works. Meanwhile, over at the runner, French National's a bit busted. We'll respawn him in a second. Runner screaming down the incline. Mississippi followed close by Mississippi. French National Police is back. Don't know if we're missing anyone. Belasco. Oh, Belasco is just actually like, broken at the end of the long straight. What the frick happened to him?
Who knows? He probably hit the tree and like got destroyed.
Maybe he did. Yeah, he probably hit the tree and then just spun. Mississippi moving around this particular cliff turn here. Getting a bit close to the runner, but on a turn like this, that does not always equal anything interesting that is about to happen. Something sounds like a bit of a screech there. Yeah, Fairhaven having himself a bit of a problem on the cliff turn, trying to keep up with Police Interceptor, but he's trying to get back in the game and do what he can. He does manage to do it. French National on the way to the containers. Transit Police moving, doing what he can. Detroit go, reaching the cliff turn. Meanwhile, yep, there's Detroit, Dark Blue, PDNY as well. Mississippi around the forest turn here, still next to the runner, still trying to do what he can.
You know, maybe Belasco wrecked himself so he could stay in the middle of the road as a roadblock and steal the point from these guys.
Yes, Belasco City being wrecked at the end of the long straight is probably going to throw a monkey wrench into the runner's path as well as Mississippi. Possibly the runner this could be Mississippi's time to shine if he capitalizes on Belasco's misfortune, or Belasco could just get smacked into. No, the runner goes right around Belasco. Okay, never mind. Same with Mississippi, all right. Police Interceptor too, but oh wait, Police Interceptor having himself a few bumps. Hits
Top Dog got taken out.
Belasco causing Police Interceptor to run right into a building. Police Interceptor is now out of the chase for the moment, pretty much. Where is Mississippi? The beach turn. The runner has probably gone to the beach turn by now. Mississippi, what is happening?
Oh, looks like he got spun out by Mississippi.
Going back around the beach turn. Fairhaven misses the head-on collision, but who is in front of the runner? Oh, Detroit skims the runner, but doesn't manage to make anything happen. Who is in front of the runner now? This camera angle though. Mississippi chasing him.
Oh, Transit Police!
Transit Police comes in with the smash. Mississippi with the second smash. Transit Police manages to capitalize on all the chaos and smash the runner's fender, spinning him out, ladies and gentlemen, allowing Mississippi to move in and get another head-on collision. Belasco City getting rid of Police Interceptor and allowing this to happen. That was an insane end to the round, ladies and gentlemen, as Fairhaven City drives up to the wreckage.
You know, who would have thought Transit Police would come out of nowhere and crash into the runner, like a head-on collision with him?
Yes, go Transit Police, yeah! Transit Police coming out of nowhere. That Barstow trying to go back the opposite way of the course, but Transit Police just completely stops him and seizing the opportunity as well. Mississippi Mississippi capitalizing on this by smashing into the runner and ensuring that the only place he'll be going now is the county jail.
Anyways, now we will be checking onto other competitors.
Detroit got a bit busted on the beach turns, a bit unfortunate for him. Well, Barstow. Mississippi smashes into the runner as well. Police Interceptor smash against that dumpster, possibly as a result of Belasco setting up a roadblock. He's actually got Belasco's bumper on him, too. Yep.
It looks like he got caught in the bumper and just took himself out.
Looks like Police Interceptor got caught on Belasco's bumper, didn't dodge him quite as well. Belasco, naturally, is having himself a nice roadblock moment.
Anyways, it was an interesting move by Belasco. It seems like he was trying to sabotage Police Interceptor by leaving his bumper in the middle of the road.
I have to say the politics of this has gotten very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Police Interceptor with 5 points is screaming ahead of everyone else in terms of the score. So possibly, as a result, maybe some of the other runners are banding together to stop him. This was all part of Belasco's plan to throw a monkey wrench in Police Interceptor's plans and pave the way for other police cars to get the point here in this game. And as proven as well, Transit Police smashes into the runner, and Mississippi does the same thing right after. Both of these cars making an impromptu alliance to work together, with Fairhaven arriving just afterwards.
You know, like, it's interesting. Like, Belasco City had 0 points, and now he's trying to take on the guys with the most points in this tournament.
Belasco City has 0 points, but perhaps the most competitive spirit here, doing what he can to upset the balance of power in this game, I would say. Yeah, the balance of power here. Belasco City throwing a complete monkey wrench into the balance of power and allowing this pretty much newfound, I would say, partnership between Transit Police and Mississippi. Allowing this, this partnership to form and end the runner in order to achieve that point. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is a bit of a burning question here to answer. Who deserves the point? Or can we give both of them the point? Because that is a thing that we can do, I would say.
I feel like Transit Police should get the point, because he basically took him out.
I believe so, yes. Transit Police set the wheels in motion, pun intended, for the runner to be stopped. Mississippi just simply delivered delivered the blow in the end. I would say it was a team effort. Yeah. So if I'm going to go with this narrative that Mississippi and Transit Police have formed themselves an anti-police interceptor partnership, if I'm going to go with that narrative, then I think it would be poetic to award only Transit Police the point. That way Mississippi and Transit Police will be tied for second, and in that particular sense, united in their quest to unseat Police Interceptor from his throne.
Alright, now we will clean everything up and head on to round number 18, the final round of this episode.
Here we are set up for the final round of this episode, ladies and gentlemen, round number 18. Over in our first position, the kind of sort of winner of the last round, Mississippi State Trooper with 3 points, now tied with Transit Police. His impromptu teammate, if we're being completely honest here, for that point, trying to unseat Police Interceptor from his throne, I would say. It looks like with Police Interceptor having such a strong lead, some of the cars have decided to band together to upset the balance of power here. And speaking of Police Interceptor, the one, the only Police Interceptor in second place with 5 points, to his name currently, ahead of the rest of the pack. But now that some of the cars may potentially be working together to stop him, he is going to have many new challenges to overcome if he is going to have any hope of winning this tournament. Over in the third position, the fan favorite underdog, Fairhaven City Police from Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. Once again showing that fighting spirit, but once again not able to translate it into a point. I, however, still believe that he will be able to make something happen. He's got that passion in him. He just doesn't quite have the driving skills. But, you know, one would assume after 18 rounds he's starting to get there if he's not there already. Meanwhile, in the fourth position, just doing a whole lot of crashes today, I would say, is French National Police trying to represent his French brethren against all of these American heavy hitter police cars. Not really able to do very much with that as well, unfortunately, though, for him.
You know, they best rename it to French Crash now Police.
Devion, though, achieving peak comedy here with that. Devion, though, achieving peak comedy. Devion, though, here achieving peak comedy.
We're cutting that out.
On Gold Coast, I actually am hearing my phone blow up with offers for a scholarship to the International School of Comedy. But in any event, in the fifth position,
we are cutting that out, by the way. Just like
no, we're not. That's legendary. You keep that in.
Okay, we're gonna
keep this part in too.
I'm
Anyway, over in the fifth position, we have Transit Police, the impromptu teammate of Mississippi. With Mississippi State Trooper here, has himself 3 points, finally tied for second, I would say, with Mississippi, but thanks to the fact that it is his impromptu teammate, it looks like the second place competitors are going to try to do their best in order to catch up to the Police Interceptor and start to upset the balance of power in this particular tournament. With Police Interceptor currently on the throne, but that throne being contested, I believe round 18 is where legends will be either made or broken here in this game. Meanwhile, just behind him, we have True Crime Dark Blue, the winner of the Invitational, pulling some very interesting tricks from his sleeve, but beyond that, not really able to even stay anywhere near the runner. Either way, though, very interesting competitor, to say the least, though. Not sure I want to say fearsome, but very interesting with some unpredictable tactics and strategies.
You know, PDNY Blue still has one more round in this episode to try to score a point in the first episode he is in.
He does, yes. He does have one more round available. Just behind him is Detroit Police with 1 point and a whole and a whole bunch of crashes. So I guess we can call him Destroyed Police. Anyway, yes, Detroit Police just moves over to Belasco. Who even cares? Yep, Belasco, BeamNG.drive's representative here in this game, pretty much. Belasco trying to do what he can. But actually, for him, I would say he has pulled some very interesting tricks from his sleeve as well, pretty much foregoing the win in the last game in order to upset the balance of power, possibly even a third teammate to Mississippi State Trooper as well as Transit Police, yes. Willing to crash himself on the trees in order to become a roadblock that ultimately worked flawlessly. It screwed over Police Interceptor and as a result allowed some of the other cars to move in and get themselves points. So yes, The balance of power has shifted, ladies and gentlemen, and it has threatened, and we'll see if it will allow Belasco City to finally get on the board after 18 freaking rounds. But in any event, this is round number 18, ladies and gentlemen. Start your engines, activate your sirens, turn on your lights, because round number 18, the final round of this, well, not the tournament, the final round of this episode, is about to begin. Belasco turns around, yep. Belasco having himself a bit of a U-turn, going the other way, frick. We'll see if that actually helps him later on in this game, but meanwhile, Fairhaven moving up in third. Belasco turns back around again, okay. Detroit is moving up, Detroit is moving forward. Dark Blue, True Crime Dark Blue is moving as well. The ditch turn is here. Barstow is now moving towards the cinematic corner, followed closely by some of his most fierce opponents. Yep. So yeah, my friend Devion, what do you think about how the balance of power in this game has rapidly
we got spin
shifted?
out.
French National Police just spinning out in the cinematic corner. Okay. Dark Blue PDNY just tries to overtake Transit Police right there. How about that? Belasco City moving around Transit Police as well. Belasco City turning around might have actually helped him here because he somehow has garnered a bunch of positions for himself. I would say, yeah, Belasco City doing what he can. Meanwhile, over near the front of the pack, we got, the runner screaming down the incline, Mississippi State Trooper down the incline as well, followed close by Police Interceptor and some of the other competitors in this game.
As a response to what you said, it's really interesting because Police Interceptor has been dominating for so long, and he finally seems to be able to, meet his match in a round, and not just straight up dominate the entire time.
I fully agree, my friend Devion. Police Interceptor has been a very fearsome competitor here. But it looks like some of the cars, such as Transit, that was really cool. That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So, some of the cars, such as Transit Police and Mississippi State Trooper, are trying to contest him for that throne now, recognizing that perhaps some of them are not quite as strong alone as they could be. Mississippi as well in front. Mississippi and Transit Police with the impromptu alliance, I would say here. Yep. As usual, Mississippi and Police Interceptor now screaming down the jump straight, following the runner as best they can. Fairhaven, I believe, is also in third. Yep, there's Fairhaven. French National in fourth, though. Belasco followed closely by Belasco, doing what he can.
It looks
French National really wants to make a name for himself.
It looks like French is really holding up the rest of the pack because how damaged he is.
I fully agree. French National has been damaged and crashing a bunch and kind of has held up with a bunch of the pack. Seems to be, here's the turn. Here's the beach turn, though. Who will spin out and who will move through? Mississippi and Police Interceptor doing what they can. Police Interceptor breaks a bit. Fairhaven does the same. Fairhaven does the same as well. Looks like Fairhaven and Police Interceptor battling for second. The underdog versus the champion. The underdog wins, ladies and gentlemen. The underdog is now in second place. Mississippi State Trooper and Fairhaven City are now in the first and second. Belasco just takes out French National. Okay, alrighty.
Oh, this might be a setup for an interesting ending here. Oh, that's a second crash.
That's a bit of a pile-up here, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, that's a bit of a problem. French National moves ahead, though. Transit Police moves ahead as well. Belasco backing up. Do the same thing as True Crime Dark Blue Detroit. Meanwhile, Shipping Standard. Runner is now back up towards the cinematic corner, followed closely still by Mississippi State Trooper. Yes, French National Police indeed. I agree. They're absolutely busted over there. And Dark Blue PDNY hasn't really been able to make a name for himself despite being the newcomer there. However, that beach turn pileup may indeed actually upset the balance of power once again. A lot of those underdog cars are going to be having a bit of a problem. But speaking of underdogs, Mississippi State Trooper still in first, followed closely by Fairhaven City. And Police Interceptor is desperately trying to catch up from his third place position, and I'm not sure who else is actually behind him. Well, there's French busted. Transit Police screaming down the intersection. What the heck? Okay, French National. All right, well done. Good job. I think he's hit a bit of a barrier. He'll have to overcome that barrier in order to win this tournament, literally, because you just made him go over the barrier. Transit Police now moving around the cliff, but I assume the runner is now probably at the long straight. Dark Blue PDNY moving ahead. Detroit Belasco are there as well. Yep, this appears to be
the beginning of the long straight.
That's the fourth cliff. We are now at the long straight. Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen. Runner screams down the jump straight is what I actually refer to it as, followed closely by these very interesting top three position, not point competitors here. Mississippi still in first, screaming forward, followed by Fairhaven. We just went underground for a bit. Police Interceptor doing what he can from the third place position as well. But we are rapidly approaching the beach turn once again, famous for wrecking cars. And with Police Interceptor so far behind, this could turn out to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like he's gonna spin out.
Fairhaven fins. The runner spins out, but Fairhaven spins out Mississippi as well. Fairhaven smacks into the runner a bit, actually takes that first place position. Fairhaven is actually could be doing it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Fairhaven's in the lead now.
Fairhaven is in first place. Fairhaven, though, is in first place, ladies and gentlemen. Mississippi just took himself a bit of a souvenir from Belasco. Police Interceptor still in third. So yes, Fairhaven City climbing his way to the top now. Out of nowhere, passes French National has just crashed. Okay, yep. passes French National as well. And this chase is definitely developing pretty interestingly, ladies and gentlemen. Transport is upside down from where, okay.
You know, that Belasco City bumper is like very similar to what happened in last round, so we might have something similar happening in this round.
I fully agree. It is very interesting what just happened here. Mississippi, oh, True Crime, Dark Blue apparently is stuck here, having himself a bit of a problem. Screwing with the cars a little bit, blocking Police Interceptor. Here comes Detroit of all people in the 4th place position. And it's like pretty much just the runner versus Fairhaven. Fairhaven has managed to climb his way to the top, but now all that's left is to go that final mile and take the point for himself. However, Mississippi is not quite far behind, even with the extra weight of that souvenir. Detroit as well, catching up to the pack. Here comes Fairhaven, though. Possibly. Did Fairhaven... Wait, Belasco is somewhere.
Oh, Fairhaven gets the spin.
Pits the runner. Yep, I was right. Fairhaven pits the runner on that turn. The runner, though, is still up, I would say. Fairhaven doing what he can, but the runner is going back. That means, Police Interceptor bumps into the runner, but the runner still going, gets smacked into by Detroit. But the runner is still going, ladies and gentlemen. He's still going back. And who is left going this way on the course behind him in order to seize that point if everyone's pretty much crashed? Fairhaven's still in the game, though. Fairhaven's still behind him. Mississippi State Police a bit wrecked. Detroit and Police Interceptor doing what they can, but how are things going over at the runner? Rounding out towards that shipping container turn as well, formerly the bus turn, but we had to break off our partnership with Stripey Markers. I apologize for the inconvenience. Meanwhile, the runner... Oh, the runner goes right off the cliff! Fairhaven City using the turn to his advantage to throw the runner off the cliff!
It looks like Fairhaven City will be getting his 2nd point in this episode.
Fairhaven City does it, ladies and gentlemen, using the turn to his advantage, throws the runner right off the cliff, goes off the cliff himself, but that is okay. And who's that? Police Interceptor follows. Oh, followed by the shipping container as well as Detroit Police.
What an amazing end to an episode.
Gentlemen, so yeah, that was a delicious round, ladies and gentlemen. Fairhaven City getting himself a 2nd point, translating that underdog spirit to a victory, using his environment to his advantage, and finally getting himself enough aggression to win. So well done to Fairhaven City. Fairhaven City with 2 points.
You know, I'm surprised how much effort Fairhaven City put into this round because, like, he was able to take the lead from 2 cars that are really dominant in this tournament and eventually turn it into a point.
Fairhaven City finally channeling that spirit, taking on Police Interceptor and Mississippi, literally pit maneuvering Mississippi at the beach turn and taking that 1st place position as a result. Keeping it as best he can, got it threatened a bit, but holds that lead and eventually translates it to a win. Who's that way in the distance? Is that someone on the beach? Yeah, that's French National. Okay. Fairhaven City manages to hold that lead against his competition and defeats such greats as Mississippi and Police Interceptor, securing himself a 2nd point and putting himself on the board as a fearsome competitor himself. Congratulations to Fairhaven City, who now has his 2nd point in this tournament.
And now we will check on the other competitors.
Police Interceptor Detroit is still here. French National Police is just like broken. Fairhaven won. Well done to Fairhaven. So where is everyone else? Mississippi is under there. I know that's Mississippi. Don't even bother looking at him. I already know. I saw it. French National Bus. Transit Police looks in pretty good shape. Kind of, sort of, maybe not really. At the beach turn. Dark Blue PDNY. Where is this?
Cinematic corner.
Ah, yes, the cinematic corner. Right. Dark Blue PDNY just busted at the cinematic corner. Meanwhile, Detroit. Well, there's Detroit. Yep. Detroit went off the cliff as well. Belasco just in the forest somewhere. Ah, yeah, right. That forest turn. And the shipping container actually went off the cliff too.
You know, I thought the craziest thing was that Detroit brought down the entire shipping container with him.
Detroit brought down the entire ship. Yeah. In any event, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 6 of the Grand Marshal Grand Tournament. Unfortunately, the time, however, has come to eliminate someone from this game. Don't look at Fairhaven. They are staying. I will not eliminate Fairhaven after that.
You know who I believe should be eliminated? It's gotta be
There's no-
Belasco City. He has done absolutely nothing this episode. Where is he even? There he is.
I mean, I actually kind of disagree. I'm actually gonna have to disagree on you there. Belasco definitely didn't really do much this episode, except for the part where he turned himself into a roadblock, threw a monkey wrench into the entire round, and paved the way for Transit Police and Mississippi to found an alliance.
That is true. He did kind of change the outcome of round number 17.
I would honestly say that screwing with the game in such a spectacular fashion is better than the point, so we're keeping Belasco.
Alright, guess we're
I
keeping
believe we should keep
Belasco,
Belasco.
so who are we going with then?
Mississippi with let's go through the cars. Starting with Mississippi. Mississippi with 3 points in that alliance for the Transit Police is probably going to be staying in the game. Second place, Police Interceptor, obviously staying in the game. They're the front runner. We can't throw out the front runner. Fairhaven definitely staying in the game. Fairhaven, and I believe French crashed now, considering all of their crashes and the fact that they've just busted themselves on every single turn, screwed up. Competition caused a lot of pileups. I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to vote for French National Police to be eliminated here.
So the decisions have been made final, and French National Police will now be eliminated.
But that will do it for episode 6, ladies and gentlemen. My name is UsernameHere.
This is me, Devion, the co-commentator.
Joined here by Devion, the co-commentator. Yes, and that is going to do it for this episode. Hope to see you guys in the next one for more Grand Marshalling.